Now this is the jacket you saw me wearing earlier. It's a medium weight jacket. It's not incredibly thick or heavy. It's got some decent loft to it, but this is essentially a synthetic material. This is not down. This is basically a 3M thin insulation. I don't know the actual fill weight to this. I don't have too much information on it, but anyway. Lots of nice detail going into this jacket. The exterior has 2 pockets, one on each side. The only downside I found to this is that these pockets are only a Velcro enclosure. There actually is no true snap, even though it looks like there's a snap. There's no button to it, so it's only a Velcro enclosure. And the other thing that I don't necessarily like is that these are on the vertical position, so it's hard to put your hands in them. So these pockets are not great to put your hands in if you want to keep them warm, and at the same time a little bit suspect to put stuff in there without the concern of it falling out. But at the same time, I also find that I have ample pockets with me and backpacks and stuff like that, so I don't necessarily always rely on this coat to put stuff in it. But it is just a note that in that one particular case, I think these pockets are a little bit lacking. Nice zippers, easily moving, nice zipper pulls, plenty of detail. The two-tone between the inside of the coat and the outside is awesome. This is kind of like a burnt orange color that I really like. It's comfortable, feels good. Nice quality hood, nice shape, nice size. You have the ability to basically cinch down on these and get them to shape. There is a string and a cord, I guess, that goes down around this entire thing. And inside, you can't really see it, but there is a button on a keeper inside here. So as you pull this, it does tighten up. That's actually inside the coat, but you can feel right there, there is a button that basically holds that tight as you pull it down. So just some details worth noting. If you see that little red square there, basically that's a pass-through. So you could put an MP3 player in your pocket, route the actual headphones through there to the inside of the coat, and then up the coat to your ears. And then, you know, at the same time, it just has this little tab so that once you run the headphones up and through there, it kind of keeps it all into place. So nice little detail. And as I mentioned with some of the other stuff, you'll see all their fabrics are kind of custom, and it has like words and writing and just the Oakley logos all over it. They also do some nice little detailed touches where, for example, on this collar, it's a nice soft felt where it rubs up against your face. So they transition from the jacket material up into that felt right where it matters, up against your cheeks and your chin. And just taking a look at this material, it's like a real fine ripstop material, two-tone, where you get these 2 different shades, a nice split part way up the coat. On all the logos, they stuck with that burnt orange to tie in with the inside of the coat. It's just a good looking piece. Now this coat here is the very first piece of Oakley technical outerwear that I bought. I've had this now for over 10 years. And this coat is amazing. It's still in beautiful condition. It barely shows sign of wear. Whenever I take this out, people think it's my new coat, but it's not. I mean, this is one of my oldest jackets that I currently have, and it's just in wonderful condition. And this is kind of what turned me on to all of Oakley's outdoor wear and outdoor gear. This coat is full of features all the way across. This is actually a 2-piece jacket system. So not only is there this outer shell, but there's an inner liner, which is what you saw me wearing outside today. Now these 2 pieces get zipped together so that you end up with this inner liner inside this jacket if you needed some warmer weather gear. But I don't tend to use this way, and especially now that I have that other coat, pretty much I will use this as a lightweight outdoor option. And I will use this for my, I would say, mid-fall or rainy season, early spring, something like that. So this is kind of like my fall and spring jacket, and especially when it's going to be raining, this is very waterproof. It's able to keep me completely dry. Has some awesome features, and it's comfortable. Nice pockets, well laid out. Has both a pocket on the side here and on the vertical, so it's cool where you can keep your hands warm, but then you also have the ability to stash some gear. And so just well done, nicely thought through, excellent features, comfortable. It's a wonderful piece of gear. Similar to all the other Oakley stuff that I showed you, basically there's a mesh, nice ventilation, goes through to the inside of the jacket. They use this material often. This is basically the same exact mesh and inner material that I had on both pairs of those snow pants. And so it's soft, it breathes, it's good ventilation, it's nice and quality, durable. Like I said, this is 10 years old. Not even a single stitch on this thing is out of place. And so definitely a nice piece of gear worth taking a look at. Now, as I mentioned with those snow pants, if you look at these buttons here, these are the buttons on a snow skirt, and this will snap into the pants if you want to take the time to do so, to make sure that this skirt does not allow any snow up and under your system, to keep you nice and dry, nice and comfortable. And so, you know, you can kind of see why that would work pretty nice. Now, as I said before, I don't often wear this jacket in the winter time. I pretty much have resorted to using this in the fall and in the spring, so the skirt doesn't provide me with too much use. But at the same time, if I was going to go to, I'd say, you know, some situation where I really needed a heavy duty jacket and the ability to really hunker down, I might consider bringing this with me. And so at least it's a nice feature. It's better to have the feature and not need it than to need it and not have it. So that's kind of the way I look at that. Very similar to the other jacket, you'll see that there are different places where you can route your headphones through and keep them in place. Again, some more nice felt up against your chin. Those details in all the fabrics where it's almost a custom look with all the Oakley logo and different two-tone look inside there. Nice accents on the zippers. This has actually a nice soft fleece-lined pouch on the inside for your sunglasses. All in all, beautiful jacket. Now just taking a real quick look at how this fits. Again, as I mentioned before, I tend to have slightly longer arms, and these fit absolutely perfect. Nothing pulls, nothing giving me a hard time. A little bit of a baggy fit, but at the same time, it's not overly baggy. Fits pretty nice and it's comfortable. Nice, classy look, quality features. Even some of the little details that you wouldn't necessarily think about, but they put this little ski pass holder right in the sleeve where you need it, so as you're pulling up to the lift, it's got some bungee in there and it pulls it right back into the place. It's just a neat little feature. It works very well, and I find that, you know, sometimes I'll slide something in there, and I have definitely worn this coat skiing, so that's a pretty neat little feature right there. Now this is another Oakley product that I wear very, very often. This thing's really been beaten up pretty good and brought into some pretty tough areas and rubbed around and grunged around, but at the same time, it's like my comfy old sweater. This is a polar fleece. It's a nice, you know, mid-season or mid-weight piece of gear. I've definitely enjoyed this. I wear it a lot. Sometimes I'll wear it as a mid-layer. I've definitely beaten this thing up, like I said, pretty good, but at the same time, it can take it. Get a little grimy and grungy now, but not a big deal. No different than all the other products. Nice attention to detail, attention in the stitching. Very interesting fabrics. The actual way that the fabric is laid out and sewn together is an odd pattern. They've basically sewn a bunch of different pieces together with different overlaps to give it a kind of unique look. Nice zipper pulls and detail on the zippers. Little retention straps to help cinch it down. The ability to fine-tune your hood the way you want it to fit. Again, nice detail on the zippers. Now, if you used to watch G.I. Joe, I always felt as though this was like Storm Shadow, but maybe for the more modern twist on this, it's kind of like Assassin's Creed. But regardless of all that, definitely a nice, comfortable fitting garment. I like it, it's comfortable. It's just a fleece, but at the same time, it fits me well. Fits me right where I need it to. Again, nice length on the arms, nothing's pulling and tugging. Good detail, quality materials. I think this is a neat, unique look. It's almost in essence of some sort of a snow camouflage, so it definitely fits the part if you're going to be wearing it out in the outdoors in the wintertime. Nice, comfortable, something I've had for a long time, just something I wanted to show you. And finally, last but not least, the Oakley beanie. Very simple, just a simple wool hat. Nothing too spectacular about this. Pretty much like any other wool hat that you'd find. But at the same time, for me, it's just kind of a way to tie my entire outfit together. Bring the detail from the top to the bottom. And just kind of look the part. So anyway, just very simple, but nice quality beanie. So alright guys, there you have it. A quick look at some great gear from one of my favorite companies, Oakley. You know, some of you may have realized this stuff existed. Maybe many of you didn't. If you didn't, I definitely recommend you check it out. There's some excellent high quality gear. If you look at Oakley's detail, their attention to detail, and the quality products that they're putting out and the materials that they're using, it's excellent and I highly recommend it. It's comfortable, it fits well, and it's kind of stylish too. So if you haven't seen Oakley's technical outerwear, I suggest you take a look. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon. Pretty nice out here. This is one of those days you just gotta take advantage and get out. Awesome.